Go.
Go on.
Welcome.
Oh, fuck it.
To not a podcast. We have secret good reasons for this.
Whatever. Okay, no. Obviously, it should be a podcast.
Monday.
It's supposed to do a podcast every other week. That's the standard. The scheduling.
This is hurting Harry to break this formula.
No,
so much.
I'm not. No, I'm definitely not clutching my chest in pain right now. We are trying to work on getting a guest on the podcast. That is the current plan. There are things hopefully in motion, and they will, if they come to fruition, they will come to fruition quite soon. But they could not come to fruition today, which is why we have decided to do something else. Something
Sate
a bit
your deep rock desire.
more so ours actually. Almost our
we
tier
felt
list
bad
desire.
not doing anything. So, and Harry really latched on to tier list.
You said that. You said let's do a tier list.
I said it, and then you were like, you little giddy, you did a little dance.
It is our bread and butter, you know. Even though there are definitely obviously more podcasts than tier lists, it is what we built this city upon. We built it on rock and stone, basically, is what we're saying.
This is our foundation.
This is our bread and butter. This is our 1-2. This is our go-to. This is our MO, basically. But yeah, it's a daily special beers. It's a little bit silly.
Yeah.
A tad silly.
With that being said,
not really relevant
it
either.
does leave you with not that many things to work on from there. But we've still managed to never do this before, right? I don't think.
There's actually a couple we haven't done before still, somehow. This is one of them. The other one is another beer one. Which will probably happen for the same reason. If that ever happened, it would be like in a similar circumstance, I imagine. But I guess we're finally doing it, which means we get to actually, I guess, praise certain ones, tear the fucking shit out of some of them, and also get annoyed by the stupid, incorrect information that is tied to every single beer. Which is such a silly facet of the reality of Deep Rock, is that all of these beers' descriptions are not completely wrong, but wrong enough where you could call it damaging, lies, deceit. But what we have that is really cool, actually, is a wheel to serve as our random number generator, which is something that we did for the Doctor Who tier list we did recently. We used RNG to pick the items, which worked very well. It made a lot of sense in that one because it was like, the series of Doctor Who in order. But obviously here, it doesn't really matter what order you put the drinks in. But of course, the tier list itself already presents an order, which you just look at, you can see it. So your brain sort of sets you up for the order that you're going to be doing things, which is why we employ the help of the random number gods. RNGesus is what people used to say. Yeah. So
the best way of showing it off is showing off, really, isn't it?
Yeah, we get to spin the wheel.
I realise I can't actually see the wheel, so you're gonna have to.
Okay, we got Red Rock Blaster, which means I can now actually remove it from the list, which is awesome. I know. So yeah, we got Red Rock Blaster. Where is it? Where's my mouse gone? Every fucking time. There it is. There it is. Red Rock Blaster, one of the better ones, obviously. Let's just start there.
Are you gonna have to explain what they are? I don't know them off by heart.
You don't know Red Rock Blaster?
I could guess. Is it the health one?
It's the health one. So Red Rock Blaster, I think Red Rock Blaster is one of the most wrong ones, actually, in the description that it gives. I think in game it says gives you plus 20% health or something, or plus 30. No, it is 30% because here it says, times 1.3 health. It's actually times 1.69, which is just ridiculous that it ended up being that.
Like most of them, you won't be able to really tell in game. I mean, you can kind of sense it, but isn't that you can look at the health of your numbers normally, the number of your health, and then look at it after that and realize that it's giving you more, right? You can see your health, can't you?
No.
You know, I swear I've seen numbers.
In the armor equipment screen, right?
I swear you could see it in game.
In game, wow, I should obviously we should know.
I mean, I probably can't because I have everything minimal.
Yeah.
But I swear you have your shield numbers and health numbers.
Clearly, we don't know.
Yeah.
But
the
Red Bull
point
Blaster is the kind of one that you're probably going to pick up most times it's not available, actually. I believe it only costs 1 barley bulb as well. Obviously, I don't need to believe. I can just tell you. Yeah, that's true. So yeah, it's eminently useful in that it's cheap as hell and the benefits are always obvious. So, that's an easy high rating.
Doubles your health.
I mean, come on. What? There's no point playing around. It's like it's probably the best one in reality.
It's the one that helps you complete the mission the most, like for sure, right? Or like helps you like your chances of survival the most. It's the best way to put it, right? Like having that much more health will never go amiss, and it might be like the key to doing like the hardest difficulties in the end.
Yeah, you gotta love that thing there that keeps popping up. I think if it
Your
Discord
laptop's
changes,
just
it might.
falling apart. What just happened? Harry? What just happened? Did it just close out?
Oh, we're going to take a moment. Oh, we're back. We're actually back. That was fine. Weird issue. We might still have issues. Okay, it has immediately decided to slow down again. A little bit. God, this is why we need to upgrade our equipment. We need to invest in better equipment. I think I want to actually factor in like labels and like naming because it's kind of a silly tier list, and I don't mind factoring that stuff in because I think that is one of the most fun parts of the beers. It's like the branding and like the weird little I guess aspects of world building that they almost have as well, with, like the brewery names and things. But maybe not because Red Bull Blaster. I don't know. It's fine. It's a nice beer label, I guess.
Yeah, and I'm not sure when you'll be able to say otherwise from that. So, also, I need to see the screen. When that thing broke, it broke for me as well.
Yeah,
but
I don't know if you can tell. I guess maybe slightly thrown off.
We're chill, man. We're chillaxing. We're This is a filler video. This is just free.
This is filler.
I'm
not saying it's not filler, but you don't have to call it out. You don't.
I already did earlier. You mustn't have noticed. But
I guess not.
Yeah, Red Rock is fire. It's not really like the most fun one in the world. Let's be honest.
No,
it's more utility over. I
mean, how many of these are fun?
Like 1,
2. I think 2, at least 2, but maybe just 2,
maybe 3,
maybe 3.
And fun. But we'll get to that. But I think we'll start getting to it now. I think Red Rock is S, obviously. It's super strong.
It's there's no question about it. All right, spin the wheel. Oh, I'm not showing the wheel. Okay.
Specialism.
Tunnel Rat.
What do we get? That was convenient. That was the exact one I was referring to.
Yeah, the one that might be fun. Yeah, Tunnel Rat. There it is. Tunnel Rat reduces
and useful.
Reduces full damage taken by how much, you ask?
What? Oh, what? That was different to the one I thought then.
What the fuck are you?
I told you I didn't know them. I thought that was the breaking of stuff.
Oh, right, whatever. Tunnel Rat.
Got tunnel in it.
Minus 60% full damage.
Whoa.
Yeah. Additive.
I'm going to be very honest with you. I didn't know this was in the game. I didn't know there was a drink that reduced full damage.
Even though you've obviously you have used it a fair amount over time.
Yeah, I probably did know it at some point, but
there you go.
Cheeky little tunnel rat. I mean, that ain't half bad, right?
It's really not. It's really noticeable.
The biggest killer in the game is full damage. Right?
It is literally the biggest killer, which is funny as hell. Which is why Tunnel Rat. So hold on, the actual cost of it is free. I think that's actually the main problem with Tunnel Rat is that it's not always easiest to justify. It's the kind of thing that is always nice, but unfortunately because of the price, it's a little bit unattractive. I guess for people like us, it's not too much of a problem. I mean, it wouldn't be a problem for you. You basically like really compound how little of a problem is buying daily specials, because you have so many built up from not ever buying them, right? So that already puts you in a position where it wouldn't be much skin off your back to buy them, but you just rely on other people to buy them, so you don't have to think about it anyway. So it's really not a problem for you. But Tunnel Rat, I think that's the reason why it's not super high, is probably because of that price, which newbies aren't going to be able to afford too much. And it's not like there's any mission type yet that inherently promotes a need to reduce fall damage.
That is interesting, actually. Yeah. What the hell are you meant to do if the elevator is already going down and it's like just death, right? What if you're not on it? What happens?
Figure it out.
I guess you'd have to jump, die, and get rezzed. But
figure it out.
If you had Tunnel Rat, then you could jump for a lot longer without dying. You probably still would die in the end. I think the hole is going to be quite big. But Tunnel Rat, I mean, it probably is B, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it feels weird because, like, considering gravity is the biggest killer in the game, it feels like, if there was a beer that reduced Glyphid's damage by 60%, it would basically be the same thing, right? Because Glyphids are, like, probably the next one. I don't actually remember.
I think it is actually Glyphid Grunts.
Yeah, because it's the most of them,
makes sense.
Right? It's like, yeah, they'll clean up. So it's like, if you had a beer that reduce their damage by 60%. I think
okay, Tyler. I mean, we don't have to factor this into the ratings necessarily, but maybe we should taste what we think they might taste like. Red Rock S, obviously, probably tastes fucking incredible.
I bet Red Rock is red sugar, right? There's red sugar in there.
Yeah, obviously it's made of red sugar. Yeah, Red Rock is probably the best tasting one by far. Out of these beers, at least. Tunnel Rat, no.
Red-kid.
I wouldn't make... Yeah, probably actually.
Tunnel Rat is like warm sewer water with a dead rat put in the middle of it, and that's like that's Tunnel Rat. It's warm.
If anyone's seen
chunks of something.
If anyone's seen Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, where they're doing transfiguration lessons, and they have to turn cups into mice, and then Ron's wand is broken, so he turns his cup into a mouse textured cup. It's got like hair and like a tail. They should make the Tunnel Rat mug that, basically. Because obviously, these don't have custom shaped mugs. They're just colours. Like, imagine like pots of gold if it was actually like a cauldron, like in your hand. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I mean, this was something I said a while ago. I think these drinks rather are in desperate need of an update.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Dark Morkite should literally be a straight up pint of Guinness, like a glass.
Yeah, awesome. I guess.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know what we're doing because I don't think we're going to change the rating.
I think Tunnel Rat is it's handy, but the price is hard to justify.
Spin the wheel.
You could also just not fall to death.
Oh, okay. This is the one you were thinking of. Rocky Mountain.
That's the diggy one.
Yeah.
Diggy hole one.
It says Rocky Mountain, in my opinion, has probably the most annoying description in that it tells you that it reduces like the pickaxe like terrain, I guess, pickaxe cost by 1. It's basically what it says. It should just say, it could easily just say makes you mine like terrain in 1 hit. And that's because
the problem is, though, it's not meant to, right? Because some terrains cost 3 to break, and I think the idea was that you would break those in 2.
Well, I'm pretty sure those terrains still. I think it's literally only the main terrain of the biome that's affected, though.
Yeah, no, but Harry, main terrain and like what was it, radioactive exclusion zone is 3 hits, right?
Yeah,
Like, yeah, and I think the idea was that you would bring it down
the
to
guy
2,
did.
right? That this was just supposed to -1 to whatever it is. If it takes 2, it goes down to 1. If it takes 3, it goes down to 2. But the problem is, like every other drink, it got quasi doubled, which now means it minuses 2. Which
Well, it's the
obviously you
kind
can
of
only
thing
ever go
that
as low
bug
as
is
1 on
weird
most of the
because it's
biomes.
obviously intentional by now. You know, that's kind of the stance I think we have on it. At this point,
You
it's
definitely can't patch it.
no. But I think that is actually what makes Rocky Mountain quite good. It always feels nice, like really nice, unless you're on the sandblasted corridors, where it's useless. And I appreciate that. Like it genuinely, especially on the harder biomes, like the radioactive exclusion zone or crystalline caverns or magma core. Is that all of them though? Is that all of the hard ones? I think it might be. Like all the hard. Either way,
Yeah,
it really just like does a lot in terms of just upping the convenience of most aspects of the game.
Basically, just turns all the other like normal players into driller.
Yeah,
Like,
it
oh,
kind
I
of
need to get through this wall here,
yeah,
and they can
it hurts
without
Driller a
a
little bit.
major inconvenience.
It hurts
I don't
Driller a
think it
little bit
hurts
too.
him, but I mean, if anything, it gives him a break. Right?
Yeah.
You know, he doesn't have to fuck around too much.
Oh, cost 3. Now that's quite pricey, I must say.
It is pricey, but it's definitely something you feel, right? Like if you're in an annoying ass cave and then you're like, oh yeah, Rocky Mountains, and then you're like, you're living a good life, right? You're now in paradise.
Yeah, I guess the difference is Tunnel Rat is there's like a weird difference between some of the beers in terms of how like I see them in terms of whether or not I should use them. Tunnel Rat is the kind of thing where like I'd probably buy it if I was in like a full team, right? That's kind of the only time I would buy Tunnel Rat because then I just know that
Expensive ones.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
It depends one that you don't know is going to be
use
useful. It's a much higher chance going to be useful if there's a full team of players because that's just more people potentially taking full damage. Rocky Mountain, though, unless I'm going into the sandblasted corridors, I'm probably going to buy it if it's available because it just improves like the game feel in such a notable degree. So this is an easy A, I think.
Yeah.
Taste though, probably tastes like soil. It tastes like soil.
Yeah,
like dirt. It's like dirty water. Not like sewage water, just water that's had mud thrown in it. Just water.
I think it's just like the whatever falls in your mouth when you are mining with Rocky Mountain is what it tastes like.
Okay, I'm gonna make a claim here. I think Rocky Mountain tastes like grainy whiskey.
And you would kind of know what that tastes like, right? You've had whiskey?
Nope.
Then you have no idea what you're talking about.
Tyler, neither of us do.
Yeah, I know. But I never claimed to know what grainy whiskey would taste like.
Well,
spin the wheel!
Spin the wheel! Oh, yeah!
I feel like, I mean, what? Actually, I'll wait.
Slayer Stout, baby.
Let's go. Which one's that? That's
Slayer
one
Stout.
of the 2 pickaxe ones, right?
Yeah, it's this one. This is a pickaxe power attack recharge.
I like this one.
It's one of the. That's because it's a very good one.
It's fun.
Slayer Stout. It's actually quartered pickaxe power attack cooldown, so 4 times as fast. Which I think, as long as you take the upgrade, I think that's 5 seconds. So that's like, damn.
You get a berserker on that bad boy, and you're having some fun. You're having some joy time. I think it's an interesting thing, right? I would say if you want to pinpoint a line, and I will bring this back to the beers, you want to pinpoint a line between Greenbeard and Greybeard. Understanding the value of a power attack is I think that line, right? Like Greybeard power attack basically every opportunity they can, right? They got power attack, isn't it? Like a single enemy power attack, power attack, so on and so forth. I think new players do not value the free damage that power attacks are, right? And this, what is it now? 4 times is that free damage, right?
Yeah,
But it's now available 4 times as much.
I mean, I know personally, I would be wanting to use, say, a stout with the increased damage on the power attack, because you don't realize how strong that is. I mean, the increased damage power attack can like one shot patrol bots, like almost, and like almost 2-shot oppressors, and things like that. So I know I'm definitely pairing with that. But any alteration, it just improves your power attack a lot. It's extremely fun and extremely useful. Easy A. Easy A. Any thoughts on the ranking?
How much is it?
How much is it? 2.
Yeah.
So I'd say nothing wrong with the pricing. It's definitely worth it.
Yeah. I guess A is right. I don't think it's a must pick, especially for, as mentioned, I doubt new players are particularly interested in it. Right? They'll get a lot more from Rocky Mountain, Red Rock Blaster, and a certain other beer than Slayer Stout. They might find it fun, but I don't know. I don't think they've understood.
Probably tastes powerful. It's probably quite hard to get down here, but it probably feels pretty good. You immediately feel the strength, though. You don't regret drinking it, even in the moment. You're like, I can tell I am a stronger dwarf now.
It's like the energy drink of beers, just shoots right through you.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of energy drinks, guys, I really want to get to 1,000 subscribers, not just because that would be cool, but because of what the 1,000 subscriber special was supposed to be. We have talked about. You probably don't remember. What the idea is.
You're gonna drink the Red Rock that's in your room.
No, we are going to make Red Rock blasters.
I did not remember that.
And I know that the key idea is that drink plus Red Bull.
Right. You're trying to kill us.
Yes.
Okay, good. Bear in mind, I literally don't. I don't fizz.
Yeah. Well, it might be. It might be in like a shots setting. Like.
That makes it better then.
Yeah, like having to take shots for some. I don't know what it will be. That's the thing. But I'm still working out. But I definitely want to do that. I want to like make a Red Rock Blaster, because it's just basic Red Rock at the moment. It's not a Red Rock Blaster.
Which actually, this is relevant to what I was going to say earlier. It would be remiss of us to not mention Drilling in the Name of series, where he is actually making, the beers in real life. I think he does other ones than obviously these ones, Gifford Slammer and so forth. But you want to know what it tastes in real life? He's probably your best bet. His videos, which I mean, his ones are probably all going to taste nice, which is actually probably not quite true. I assume that these ones that in game they are going to be the most rancid.
I mean,
like stale.
There's clearly an approach taken with what's in Deep Rock as far as that stuff goes, and they're very okay with the idea that a lot of what the dwarves intake into their bodies is foul. Especially the other beers. Food. Actually, I mean, fucking shut the fuck up.
I'm wondering
fuck
you were going to catch on to that.
Of course I would. Because I was thinking foul. That you were probably going to say, just shut up. Don't talk to me about food. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
We'll talk more about this later. Hey.
No, we won't.
Not in public.
What do you mean? Why would we? Anyway, spin the wheel. Oh shit, we've only got. I guess that's true. We only got 4 items left.
Yeah, it's not a long one.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. I'll say once I've actually got back to this tier list. I'll just bring it up.
Oh no! Here comes trouble.
So, Dark Morkite. What does Dark Morkite do?
Yeah.
Exactly. Wow, it's a 44% increase in the amount of Morkite that you mine.
So for every 10 you mine, you will get 4.4.
Is that right?
Well, yeah, that's what it means.
4.4x. Yeah, that is actually correct. Wow. What a relic. You know, that's really what it comes down to. It's kind of just like, why is this still here? Apart from, and unless the intention is to troll people at this point.
I know. I genuinely think that they have paid the special beers no mind since whenever they last added them.
It's a damn shame as well.
Genuinely don't think it crosses their mind that Dark Morkite is one of, if not the worst pieces of content in the game. Just the most flawed waste of space piece of code. I don't think they've thought about it because there's no reason to. It's in D. Like, that was always going to be the case.
Oh yeah, it's the worst one by far. It's the worst. Yeah. It's the worst drink in the. Is that true? The worst drink in the game.
I'd rather get wasted on slammers going into the cave than drink a fucking Dark Morkite.
Well, that's not what I meant.
Interesting.
Oh no, don't worry. No, it is the worst drink in the game by far. I mean,
you know what it tastes like? It tastes like beer.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Okay, so taste-wise, technically, no, hold on, because technically that means it's actually not bad, but it also does because it's beer. I'm sorry, if you like beer, that's fine. That doesn't stop it from tasting like piss. It just means you like piss. It just means you like.
And I'm not alcohol just reeks of aerosol or something like that. Like
this kind of alcohol does, where it's not because beer's not even that strong, but it's still mostly just alcohol and yeast water, I guess. I don't really know what beer is exactly.
Yeah, but
all I'm saying is I have good taste because cider doesn't smell like fuel. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, it's just nondescript, middling beer is what Dark Morkite tastes like.
I think we've suggested reworks for it in the past that basically it should be tweaked to give you a boost in any mission type, which would be cool. But honestly, I think the better approach would be just make it a small boost to everything you mine or something like that. That is probably the best thing to do with it. Otherwise,
there is now going to be 3 game modes with Morkite.
I know, but Tyler, it would still just be
affects mining.
Well, Tyler, even if they tweaked it to work on just those mission types, it's still wow, that's still significantly worse than every other beer because it only applies to 3 mission types.
I'm just saying that even within Morkite itself, it doesn't even cover it all, right? It covers one specific game mode with one specific form of Morkite, and it's just why is it still here? And the answer to that is because I don't think they noticed it. I don't think they know it exists.
Yeah, this is why this is a filler video. This is why actually the other beers are more relevant. Actually.
Yeah, they have been paying attention and adding all the other stuff, right?
There's been plenty of things. You've got randomizer and smart stout in relatively recent updates.
Hide and seek gear.
Oh god, yeah, fucking hide! I forgot about that.
Yeah,
you get the supporter edition, mugs and things. Yeah, man. Yeah, they get attention. These poor bastards don't. So let's stop giving
the ones that impact gameplay.
Yeah, let's stop giving Dark Morkite attention though, because frankly, it sickens me to even think about.
It should.
Don't yawn.
I was tired of Dark Morkite shit. And why it's still around.
Backbreaker Stout. Backbreaker Stout.
The heavy object one, right?
No. Yeah. No, it is. It is. Yeah, it is. Backbreaker Stout. I always forget exactly what it does. Okay, this is all it does. It increases your movement speed while carrying something. By 32.25%. Wow. That's awfully specific.
I think we found the C.
It only costs 1 body bulb, so it's Backbreaker Stout. Yeah, I'm probably going to pick it up if I'm doing point extraction, and that's kind of why it's a C.
You have no problem with just spending barley bulbs. At least it's not a terrible purchase, right?
No, and there's there is a high chance that it's going to be slightly usable in any given mission, but that's the thing. it's more usable than it is actually useful. It's not like most people just throw them anyway, the objects, to move with them. Most people don't carry them the whole way. That's not really how we do it. So if it actually increased your throw strength, then that would actually be much more useful.
And if someone actually like cared about the weight of heavy stuff and the speed and so on and so forth, they're just going to use strong arm, right? They're not going to rely on a beer that may or may not be there. So that if it's a problem they don't actually like, they're going to sort it themselves.
Not that we consider strong arm the best perk or anything.
It's essentially pointless, but it still does actually do something in all game modes.
Yeah, it's almost
so it still makes it
pointless,
better
but
than
it's
Dark
also benign. Like, not the Dark Morkite isn't benign, but it also is not benign because, it's a waste on almost all of the game modes and is therefore just a waste of body. Like, Dark Morkite offends me. Backbreaker Stout is like trying to give me like it's like it's trying to offer me like soggy flowers, where it's just like, I appreciate what you're trying to do, but I don't need you, unfortunately.
If you had, your mission was a quark, right, or an egg, then you're like, it's there. It's like on the soil. It's like it's only one body bulb, and it'll make the mission easier, right? It's like, sure, why not? Like that's that's.
I mean, that's not. There is actually salvage op carrying the legs, and I assume even when you're holding the fuel
oil.
The fuel.
Yeah.
The fuel.
Yeah, it is a lot more dynamic and ultimately still useful even in the game modes other than that, because you might get a, goodies or air cube or so on and so forth.
Yeah, I guess because
the orbs
the first thing that you said,
industrial sabotage probably move quicker.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's actually quite good. So you said
there
at the start,
a lot of heavy objects.
When we first got to it, you said this is the sea, but is it the only sea? I guess you probably don't remember exactly what Skull Crusher Ale is. That's fine. We can sort of review. Anyway, do you have a coin nearby? Do you have a
coin? I could flip a cat.
Don't flip the cat because it will only land upright.
All right. So, heads or tails?
Well, which one's which?
That's what I'm asking you.
Right, pots of gold is head.
All right. Cat. All right, I'm picking him up.
Wait.
Throwing him, and he landed on his feet.
So he didn't land on his head. So he didn't land on his head.
No, he didn't land on his head.
So that's tails.
Yeah, well, I would have been concerned if he did. Yeah, I think Crusher. I think it's Crusher.
Skull Crusher Ale. So, what is Skull Crusher Ale, you ask? Well, it's the other pickaxe one, which means it's always the good. You know what? I always forget what it's called. That's weird for me. I always forget what it's called. So, what is it? Plus 20 base pickaxe damage. Sick. I don't know what the base pickaxe damage is. That's what I want to quickly check. Okay, it's not that much.
You are right. Backbreaker Stout was not the only C. Actually, I would say you're maybe wrong. I mean, unless you want to make a point, I would say that it could be in D. Let's be honest. That
Backbreaker Stout, we just
entirely pointless.
Everything that we went through. Which one? Which one can be in D?
Crusher Ale.
Right. Well, Skull Crusher Ale, it lets you like almost like you can like whack through like grunts pretty well, but not on Hazard 5, I guess.
Can you on Hazard 5? Can you one-shot headshot grunts with your pickaxe?
I don't know.
Normal attack.
I don't know, which is kind of annoying. Maybe. But
I guess
how often are you doing that? How often are you just whacking things with your pickaxe? Unless they're tiny enemies which go down in one hit. You know?
Yeah.
That's most often when you use your pick. Aside from the power attack, when it comes to combat, you're probably only going to be using it against tiny enemies. So it's not great.
Yeah, no, see. bucket, the middling ass, or not middling, lower than middling, low mid. What do you think it tastes like?
Bad. No. No.
No,
Probably not that bad actually. It's probably like
surprisingly good.
yeah. I think it probably is actually surprisingly acceptable in taste. Maybe. A big maybe.
Yeah, it's like it's
Do you know what this makes me want to do?
Ale.
This makes me want to like
What
rate.
does ale even taste like?
I don't know, but I think
You
ale
had
is like
ale?
quite respected. No, I haven't had ale.
Yeah, it's probably like like it's called Skull Crusher Ale, but I bet it's like unrealistically like pleasant, right? Like it's like a really nice thing that like posh people would drink in like their tea house and so on and so forth. Like it's actually like really nice.
No,
and
no, it's the
soothing
kind
and
of thing that
pleasant.
they would have at like a medieval like reenactment like fair or something, and they put it in like a big tankard.
Hmm.
I mean that's really what oily oaf is, but that's not here, is it? So
That means it gets its spot taken.
exactly.
Oily oath.
All right, let's
All right.
stop beating the bush or around the bush. Quite surprised we managed to save it to last. Actually,
Well, we chose not to do it in the last one, but the rest was luck.
yeah, but it's kind of it kind of brings the whole thing full circle as well. Starting and
The
ending
luck
with
of the Irish.
starting and ending with these two gentlemen, really, or gentlemen of drinks.
Lots of gold.
I love the amount of lines that show up when I move things around. That's what you don't get if you use actual tier maker.
Yeah.
But I assume this is a pretty simple situation. It's actually okay. It's not simple when you actually get into it because, of course, you know, it's not always useful. Obviously, I mean, it is in a way, but I yeah, I mean, and I guess this is kind of a bit biased towards my position in terms of how much money I have in the game. But if I happen to have a pots of gold active and it's not a gold rush, I don't tend to mine all the gold. The only time I really go for it is when you get the two together. But that is such a prominent and distinct experience within Deep Rock when those two things align and suddenly you can't think of anything else.
And then you get a Crassus, and you start panicking.
Yeah, I mean that almost flips it over a little bit. That almost turns things around. But it's still such a insane combination of things that can happen in the game. And there's not really anything quite like it. It's also, by the way, you've probably noticed when you use pots of gold, you're like, this is way more than double the normal amount. That's because it's quadrupled, which is by far the most felt example of that, of the bug, because it just feels ridiculous. Just like sometimes your like inventory will be filled by a single hit. It's like it's crazy. Pots of gold is nuts. And it just feels so insane. It has a legendary status as well. I guess it has the greatest status of all of these beers, really. It's undeniable. It's irreplaceable. It is the king of partying.
Yeah. Even though you don't always pick it, and you don't always need or want it, and a lot of people especially wouldn't, since they don't even mine gold in the first place.
Well, that's the duality of the S tier beers.
If you're new, if you're new, you're going to be getting pots of gold whenever you can. You need the money, right? That's like top priority. Probably middle. You know, you might pick it whenever it appears. You like the sound of it.
That's the best thing about pots of gold. It works to whenever it shows up. Whenever you get the pairing, it works very well to resuscitate the ageless ideal of let's get money.
It's like you're there and you're like billions in your bank, and you're like, I have no more need of wealth. And then you see a max length Morkite mining gold rush, and you have pots of gold on, and you're like, I need more. I need more money right now.
And obviously, it goes beyond that. It pairs well with other things like fairly well. I think we always used to, when it aligned, we always used to take it on deep dives, which I guess made sense, given that you could actually get gold in deep dives, unlike other minerals. And even other things just to compound how nice it is, like golden bugs, double XP, because double XP actually helps you net quite a bit of XP specifically. It's actually more of an XP gain thing in that situation, which is why we need double anomalies, by the way. I mean, then we double up on those two things. But yeah, Pots of Gold reaches the S tier based on just feeling, really. That's the real difference between Red Rock Blaster and Pots of Gold, I guess. One of them you can't forget that you have it, really. The game doesn't really let you. And it is a component of one of the most prominent experiences that the game offers. Once you are sort of enshrouded by the context of the game, like as soon as you understand the game, all of a sudden Pots of Gold, gold rushes become a thing that lights your brain up. Obviously, not exactly for beginners, but as soon as you've gotten into the game a little bit and you understand what that is, it suddenly becomes something that you're kind of constantly keeping an eye out for, and latch onto whenever it happens. So it's given like a lot of the stuff that I remember when we used to play Deep Rock all the fucking time is just doing these or wanting to do them. You get Pots of Gold, and we would wait for a gold rush to show up, if there wasn't one available. Especially because we didn't want the drink to change. It's got crazy power, It's got a power over our will. Or at least it did, and I respect it for that. Probably tastes pretty damn good too,
Liquid gold.
Yeah, but liquid gold in like the spiritual sense. It's just like this is liquid gold in like the quality sense. Not that it literally tastes like metal. It's like this is because it's the gold standard, I guess. That's what we're saying.
Yeah. All in all, I think we have both ranked them in how good they are for you in game, and probably how good they taste. It's probably about that. I mean, Tunnel Rat might be lower, but still.
I mean, I do think Tunnel Rat probably tastes really bad.
It's got rat in its name.
Well, hold on a minute, Tyler. We've got to get We've got to get. I forgot about the cut ones.
What?
How would I find this?
Yapping about.
What's the easiest way to find this?
He always finds a way to make these videos longer.
Old and unused. Oh. I mean, there's a bunch of unused beer labels, but I don't remember if any of these are actually buff beers.
Thank you all for watching.
There is this one. There's Gotrek Special, which eventually obviously became Slayer Stout.
Gotrek Special.
Let's have it over that.
Were they all called specials back then? You think?
Probably.
Yeah. We have been here doing a video. We will also be here, hopefully, Monday with the podcast.
Hopefully, definitely, hopefully. I mean,
this is
well. Yeah, I think it's really obvious that this was filler. And you know what? I think we just need to be uninhibited about that. Just be comfortable with it. It's fine.
Yeah, it was either this or no video, essentially. So either be happy that you got this free content or just stop playing the game. Wait, I'm mixing analogies here. Yeah. Harry, do you feel like doing a special outro rather? Don't do an intro. It's a bit late for
Hello,
intro.
welcome. No. If you did watch this, genuinely thank you, but obviously it's not that important in the long run.
Yeah.
And that kind of that's an emblem really of the
If
video
you're here,
itself
it
and
just
special
means you
beers.
enjoy us. It's this much, which is actually pretty damn cool.
It's the highest compliment you can really give us is saying that
Putting
you
up with our videos.
leaving a comment that says "I love you and I want to send you all my money."
Yeah, I think ultimately you need to give us all your money. I think that's the main goal of this video, as you could tell.
Of the video.
It was just
Of the video specifically.
This video in specific was clearly a huge crowdfunding project to give us money for nothing in particular. We just want more money. So be sure to get on that. Just like put your credit card details or bank card, debit card, whatever card
in the comments.
In the comment below.
No, don't. Okay, I think we have to say don't do that. I think I have to say that. I don't know if you do, but I think you do, and I'd rather just be safe. Don't put your credit card details in the comments. Don't put any personal details in the comments.
Your credit card details in the comment below. Wink, wink. Right? You really get clear? Do not use your card to give us money. Wink, wink.
What are you saying?
Wink,
what are you trying to do? Stop.
Clearly, Harry is not interested in the grind set of taking other people's money.
That's not grind set. That's
the government set.
That's theft.
Heyo!
Goodbye.